Hey besties, Happy New Year! We are officially in 2023. That is very exciting. Welcome to my channel. This video is just going to be an introduction to my collection. I do have a few cards because I officially started my thorough collecting journey in September of last year, but I don't have that many, and the start of 2023 is when I really say that I am starting to more thoroughly collect for my two old groups, which, if you can't tell, is Stray Kids and 17. So I'm just going to show you the cards that I do have, kind of explain my goals for the collection, and just chat a little bit, but I hope that you enjoy. Alright, so we are going to start with my Stray Kids collection. They are my old group. I have been collecting them longer than I have 17, so I have more to show you for Stray Kids. And so we're going to start with my OT8 set binder. As of right now, I don't want to collect everything for OT8 as far as albums is concerned. I feel like there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to want to do that in the future. But at this point, with just starting out, there were just a select number of OT8 sets that I want to collect, and so that's what this is for. And this is going to be album and non-album stuff in this binder, but it's just OT8 sets. And something that is going to be a trend for the early eras for Stray Kids specifically is a lot of missing cards. Obviously that's going to be a trend in general for the collection because I haven't been collecting that long, but especially for the earlier eras of Stray Kids, just because I don't have any albums yet for anything before Levanter, and I don't have all of the versions from Levanter to No Easy, and so I'm just more slowly like buying and trading for those eras because I could pull any of the members for those albums, and I just want to try to keep those photo cards if at all possible. Obviously if it's a duplicate then I will like trade, but I just would prefer to keep pulls if at all possible when I do buy albums, because the ones that I pull always seem to be more precious to me just because I did pull them, and I was lucky enough to get a specific pull, especially when it is a more popular card, which the not No Easy, Ordinary, like Mask Off version with like the Goggle Hyunjin, I pulled that, and you will see it in this set because that is an OT8 set I want to collect right now, and I was just so lucky to pull that, and that card is just super precious to me. And just any card that I'm able to pull is always really precious, so I try to keep those if possible. So that's just why I'm not super thoroughly trading and selling for those earlier eras as of yet. Obviously when it comes to trading, anything that somebody wants to trade, I am going to take it because it's going to help with my collection, but especially as far as buying, because that's mostly what I have done is purchasing. Then I'm not trying to buy as much for the earlier eras because of that. But yeah, so while we look through this, let's talk about Step Out 2023, which I was actually in the grocery store when that dropped. I stopped everything as well when they did. I got the notification that it dropped, and I was standing like in the middle of the grocery store aisle watching this because I just was so excited to see what they had in store for 2023. And they have so much content, 2 albums, very exciting. Like there's so much coming from Stray Kids in 2023, and I'm so happy to be able to watch them achieve so much in the next year. They've already been able to achieve so much in their careers, and I know that 2023 is going to be no exception, and I'm just really excited to be able to be a part of that as a stay in 2023. And new music always from them is always a blessing, and I cannot wait to see everything that they're able to do in 2023. And so these are my non-album sets. I do have one Japanese album set that I want to collect. We already passed that. It was like the empty page between Maxident, or not Maxident, the Skiz Replay set, and the non-album set, and that was for the limited B version of Scars. And that is going to be a feat. I am fully aware that is going to be a very hard set to collect, not only because are they limited versions of photo cards from that album, but I'm pretty sure that they are the most popular ones as well, because it's the Boys in Flower Crowns. And, you know, we'll have K-pop Boys in Flower Crowns, so I feel like it's going to be a really difficult set, but I have it set up regardless, because that is my way of manifesting that I'm going to have it one day. And really the reason that I have so many non-album cards is because of these Daikon sets that came out. We have these that came with like the photo card set that they released, which as of right now they're in clear sleeves, because I like clear sleeving everything, because I like seeing the backs, but I'm not a huge fan of these backs. One, because most sets, they don't match, as you can see, but also they're just like not the most aesthetically pleasing thing. So I'm getting black sleeves. I've already ordered them. So hopefully they'll be here within the next week or so, to where I can swap out the sleeves. But these like photo cards themselves are beautiful, and I love the sets, but these are going to be moving to black sleeves. And then you probably saw as well, I did have some photos like from the deco book that came with the giant photo book for Daikon, because I didn't necessarily want to keep the full deco book, because I didn't like the way that it sat on my shelves, but I love the pictures and everything that are in them. So it's a deco book, it's not a big deal, so I just like made my kind of makeshift photo cards so that I could still keep it in my binder and not have the full deco book, since I didn't like the way that it sat on my shelves. Okay, and then we have 2021 seasons greetings. I have nothing for 2022 seasons greetings as far as an OT8 set is concerned. I wasn't planning on collecting 2021 right now, or at least focus on it. I do want to eventually collect OT8 for 2021 seasons greetings, but I wasn't going to focus on it at this point. But I already have Changbin, and then I found Sunmin and Jungin in a bundle for like a really good price, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get them. I can go ahead and start, and it would be a really slow set to collect for that. And that's something that I'm totally fine with. And then these are for the 2023 season's greetings, because obviously that has not come out yet. I think that comes out on the 3rd. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd that is when it comes out. So hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll be able to see those cards like in person. And that's what these 2 pages are for. And then this is the membership set, which I got yesterday. My membership kit. So I got these just in time to make this video. So perfect timing on their part. And then this is for the Stay and Stay like Jeju Island photo book that I've already purchased. I don't know when it's supposed to come out. I feel like one time I saw January and another I saw March. So I don't actually know. If you happen to know the exact release date that that's supposed to come out, like, let me know, because it'd be great to know when that is supposed to come out. But yeah, let's move on to my next binder. Okay, so next, obviously we still have Stray Kids. This is my binder for just individual member cards that I want to collect. I have this set up in bias order, which, if you cannot tell from my cover here, my ultimate bias is Changbin. So it does start with him. For Changbin, I want to collect anything possible. And I say anything possible because I don't necessarily want to collect all store benefits, and I don't want to necessarily collect all non-album stuff. I want to collect as much non-album stuff as possible for Changbin. but I know that some things are very, very rare and are super difficult to find, and if they're not difficult to find, and like if you can find them, they're ridiculous prices. And as much as I love Changbin, I am not willing to spend like $300-400 for one single photo card. So things that I am able to get for non-album, I definitely want to have, and anything else I'm fine with not having, but I do want to collect anything possible for Changbin. And so obviously that was all his Korean and Japanese albums. These are store benefits, with the exception of Go Live and In Life that I have to make just one 9-pocket page. I want to collect just 9 to have a pocket page for each era. And another exception to that is also Maxident. And that is because Maxident had what, 22, 23, a lot, almost 30 store benefits that came out with it. And there were just too many like super cute ones. And so I have 2 9-pocket pages for them. I already have most claimed in a go. There's only like 3 or 4 that I don't at least have claimed in a go of some sort. So look, hopefully Maxident will be a relatively easy store benefit era for me to collect. The other ones are going to be very slow, again, because they are more rare than album cards, and so they do tend to sell at higher prices. They're not ridiculous prices. They're more realistic for them being store benefits. And then we have non-album, which I don't have anything set up for, just because I don't know what I would be able to get, what I wouldn't. And so I just kind of put anything in here based off of vibes and then rearrange as needed. I feel like I'm gonna have to start setting up for his non-album stuff though more. Obviously I do have some stuff set up if I know that I'm gonna be getting it. Like I have some specific stuff that I have claimed in a go. His 2023 Season's Greetings pop I'm going to trade for if I don't pull it. Same for the like Jeju Island merch pobs. So I feel like I'm going to have to set up because I've had to rearrange that section so many times. We'll see what happens though. And then our next section are my second biases, which is Mino and Jisung. Anything that I want to collect like my bias line for, it's going to include Changbin, Mino, and Jisung. Which Jisung is technically my second bias, and then Mino, but I have them in age order, so Mino and Jisung. And I was able to pull this card in my Levanter album, and I love that pull so much. This Lino and then Newt Lino are my favorite Lino photo cards. So all of them I want to collect. They're all on my list right now to collect for that, since I don't want to collect OT8 at this point. And as you can see, I have much less Mino and Jisung cards than Changbin. With Changbin being my ult, he is my higher priority for any photo cards that exist. And I'm only collecting Korean cards, with the exception of like the OT8 Japanese or non-album sets that I do for any member that isn't Changbin. I'm only doing store benefits and like non-OT8, non-album stuff for Changbin. As much as I love all the members, it's just financially, I am not able to afford OT8 for every and anything. So Changbin is always my priority. And then we have my bias wreckers, my official bias wreckers, I should say, because they're all bias wreckers of each other, let's be honest. My official bias wrecker line though is Chan, Seungmin, and Hyunjin. Again, I have it in age order, so it'll be Chan, Hyunjin, Seungmin when I have it set up in my binder. And as you have probably noticed, I do have the IEDs from Ordinary before anything else, which is the only thing that is not fully in era order, and it is technically something I want to collect OT8 for, but I really like how they have the IDs set up with like their names and their positions and their birth dates and everything, so I think it's like a good introduction card to my sections. So as long as I continue to collect like I am collecting and not doing full OTA for everything. It's gonna be like an introduction card to their pages, and then it'll start with the mixtape. I am not, I am who, I am you, so forth. At that point. That's how I personally like it, and I think that it's a great tie-in to the introduction for the pages. And then we have Jungin and Felix, which again, it's not that they don't bias wreck me every single day of their lives. It's just they're not part of the official bias or bias wrecker line. I love all the members though. That's why there are so many like OTA sets I want to collect. That's why I don't collect just certain members, even with these select cards. And it's just hard to choose a bias. Let's be real. I feel like that's every Stay's struggle. And then we have unit cards, which I do want to collect all the units for the earlier eras as well, but I don't have those set up yet. I don't want to have them set up until I start getting the albums and get the unit cards themselves. So we just have the In Life and then the Ordinary, which this Black Set and Ordinary is the only one that I have all the units for. The other ones I'm missing cards for, and that makes me really sad, but it's fine. And so that is it for this binder. So let's move on to my next binder. It will be my last Stray Kids binder, I think. Yeah, it's my last Stray Kids binder. The next one we'll look at. So let's move on to that one. Right, so we are moving on to our last Stray Kids binder. This is my Large Inclusions binder, which I don't have sorted in any particular way. Just if I have an OT8 set, I do it in age order. If I don't collect everybody, I have it in bias order. But as far as like eras or anything, I don't have it sorted in any particular way. It's just how I kind of felt like setting it up. As far as like my wish list and everything for Large Inclusions, Changbin is really the only member that I have any Large Inclusions for on my wish list. That doesn't mean, obviously, that I just want Changbins. If anything comes in an OT8 set, any member that I pull as far as Large Inclusions is concerned, I'm planning on keeping, because I love every member, just like especially for the older eras where it's harder to find larger inclusions, particularly because they were more of like pobs than stuff like that. I would just want Changbin for, but as you'll see, like other large inclusions, anybody that I pulled, or as you saw with like say Playground, the cheat sets, I'm keeping all of those. Because with how much I love every member, I don't like getting rid of members that I pull when it comes to large inclusions. I just want to keep everything for that. So that is it for my large inclusions binder and it for Stray Kids. So next we will be moving on to 17. So let's do that. Alright, so this is my 17 binder. I just have the one. I don't have multiple binders for 17 because I'm not collecting them as thoroughly as I am for Stray Kids. So the main member that I collect for 17 is Wuji. He is my second alt. And so for Wuji, I want to collect all of his Korean cards, like album cards, all of his Japanese album cards, and then like a select amount of non-album cards. I don't necessarily want to collect everything for him. I don't really want to collect store benefits. If I pull any store benefits, or if I like join a group order and I can get a store benefit, then I'll keep it, but it's not something I'm necessarily going to go out of my way to collect. And as you can see, my 17 collection is much more empty than my Stray Kids collection, and that's really because I didn't really start collecting anything for 17 until probably November. Yeah, like the middle of November, I started collecting for 17, so I haven't been able to make a lot of progress in my 17 collection, but I know that it's going to be a slow process anyway. It's not something I'm relatively concerned about, especially when it comes to like Japanese cards and the earlier eras with like albums being out of print and them being really expensive because of how rare they are. So I'm just excited to see how I am able to grow my 17 collection in the new year. And then other than Wuji, I collect 3 other members less thoroughly, which are my bias wreckers, my official bias wreckers, which is Hoshi, Dokyam, and Sungkwan. As you can probably tell from this page, I don't want to collect everything for them. I do want to collect the Hope colored back set from an Ode because it is the beret photo cards, and I love K-pop boys in berets just as much as I love K-pop boys in flower crowns. But then other than that, I want to collect everything like semicolon forward, with the exception of Kino cards. Like Kino cards are always really hard to get, I know. And so I don't want to worry about trying to do that for 4 different members of 17. I'd rather just do it for the one member with Wuji for that, and that's something that I'm totally fine with doing. And I have much less cards for my other members because I started collecting them even after I started collecting for 17 in general. Because when I started collecting in November, I thought, oh, well, I'll just collect Wuji since he's my second alt bias as a whole. But then I'm like, no, I really want to collect Hoshi, Dokyam, and Sungkwan as well, like at the beginning of December. So there just hasn't been a lot of progress made for them. But again, we have plenty of room to grow. And then as we get comebacks and everything in the new year, then that's definitely going to allow me to have more cards for everybody, hopefully with that. But yeah, that is my photo card collection so far. So as I said, as we move into the new year, I'm really excited to see how this is going to progress. I hope that you guys are looking forward to coming along this journey with me, seeing how I am able to progress in my collection as well. And I hope that everybody has a fantastic new year, and that amazing things come your way. doing well today, on the first or whenever you are able to find this video. But have a great day, guys. Bye.